All right, in today's segment paid for by Total Health Chiropractic, chronic neck or back pain is a daily reminder for some that something just isn't right.
Yeah, but before it can be remedied, the source of the pain has to be identified. And that's where Dr. Miller and his staff at Total Health Chiropractic can help. Take a look. Well, for many of us, waking up in the morning is a constant reminder of the back pain or neck pain, that chronic pain that doesn't want to go away. And that can really be compounded when you go to your doctor and you don't see an end in sight. You're not getting the answers that you want. Here at Total Health Chiropractic, you might be able to find those answers. Dr. Miller, I'm sure that's a story you've heard many times.
Absolutely, Todd. It's unfortunate too, but I meet a lot of people that have dealt with these issues for months and years, and a lot of them, they've done the injections at the pain clinic. Many of them are very concerned because they met with a surgeon, and the surgeon was very brief with them, and you have this problem, you need surgery, and to take such a big step, they're unsure if they're making the right decision or not. But I think the fact is, the majority of human beings do not want to get neck or back surgery if possible, but they are looking for relief, and that's really what we're able to provide them here.
Absolutely. So let's talk about how we go about finding the cause and how we fix it.
Sure. Well, to start, we have the consultation. I meet with them and ask them, go through a lot of those questions, but then we do need to get a proper diagnosis that's current. And so usually that would be through a physical examination where we check their ability to function and how these problems are affecting them. And then we get some type of imaging, whether it's x-rays we do here. If they've had x-rays or MRIs, we can get them shipped in here. But we want to actually look at the structure of their spine to see what's going on. And when we compare the activity or the function with the exam and the structure with the images, that's where we're able to figure out what the problem is. And then if they're a good candidate for any treatments that we offer here, or especially a good candidate for DRX therapy, then I would start to put together a program for them in their specific case. And I review it with them of what it's going to take start to finish to get that problem fixed.
That's good to have that information up front. And we're talking a lot about degenerative disc disease, right? We're talking about those shock absorbers in between the, what would you call it? The bones, the spinal?
So we have the white is the vertebrae or the bones. The discs are here between. And so even like in Linda's case, she had issues in her neck and out through her shoulder and arm, but it was coming from neck issues. And these discs in her neck had dried and degenerated and thinned down. That would start to pinch these nerves. And then she did have an MRI that showed these discs were bulging and pushing out into those nerves. And that was what was responsible for her pain.
I tell you what, the nervous system, when something goes haywire there, you know it right away, because that pain is something that doesn't go away unless you find the solution right here at Total Health Chiropractic. Could be your option. Let's talk to Linda and hear her story now.
I've been having pain in my neck for a number of years. Well, it continued to get worse and worse, and I was losing the feeling in my hands. I just happened to have the TV on one day and saw Dr. Miller on TV talking about this DRX machine that could help me with no surgery. So I made an appointment and I came in here and talked with him about it, and it was like, yes, this sounds much more like what I would like to have happen. He talked to me about what the DRX machine could do, and that he thought that I was a good candidate for it. But yeah, I feel a lot better.
All right, so the exercises and the DRX 9000.
The DRX is what did the majority of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about the DRX. What's that process like?
It gently pulls your neck. And it doesn't really hurt or anything, and it feels good.
So for someone watching this right now, and maybe in the same boat, been told, hey, you're just going to need surgery, or maybe you could speak to them.
Oh, I would highly recommend that they come here and talk to Dr. Miller and see what he could recommend. Coming here, this has helped a lot. So I would strongly recommend coming here.
Well, amazing testimonial from Linda, and I'm sure the others watching this right now are probably going to think, I'd like to try that, and you have a great special to offer.
We do, Todd. I mean, even if you've been said nothing else can be done or just live with it, I would not trust that information. There's usually something that can be done to improve, and we would encourage those viewers to call our office, schedule a consultation, and as a special, seen me on the show, I will do the consultation and the examination for $40, and as a special bonus, the first 3 callers will throw in a hydrotherapy massage massage session so that they can start to relax and feel better right away.
Something people may not know you also offer here at Total Health Chiropractic is those great massage tables, the hydrotherapy massage. Oh, so relaxing. So if you want to check it out, hey, take advantage of that special. Give Total Health Chiropractic a call today.